As we said in the first episode, genre is a way to manage the expectations of your audience. If you present them with a particular icon or trope, they will know which genre you're presenting and adjust their expectations accordingly. Genre allows certain assumptions to occur that will allow the limited time frame of a play to express itself fully. The structure of the play will take on a particular appearance and create specific actions that allow the audience to quickly prepare themselves for what kind of events are about to occur. All theater genres are hybrids of the original theater genres, tragedy and comedy. With respect to melodrama and epic theater, you may have thought of many genres that you consider more important to theater today. However, all the elements of theater production are contained within these four genres. Understanding them will help you to understand all hybrids. Your favorite theater genre may be musical theater. It's certainly popular. Musical theater shares many of the tropes of melodrama. Naturally, the main thing that separates them is the convention of singing. This convention of musical theater allows the audience to adjust their expectations so that they may share the inner thoughts and emotions of the characters. The elevated performance technique of singing also requires the inclusion of the elevated performance of dance. A musical often transmutes the conventions of music and dance into dramatic action to advance the narrative of the play. In the musical Sunday in the Park with George, the act of applying dots to the artist's canvas to create an overall impression is mirrored in the musical rendering of individual notes being played as the song is being sung.
Soft. What should I do?
Magic realism has become a popular genre hybrid in recent times. This genre mixes fantasy with reality in ways that often create both tragic and comic outcomes. This mixture is designed to create an uncertain, ambivalent style which seems designed to reflect the current postmodern spirit. This can be seen in Qui Gwen's She Kills Monsters. Gwyn's popular play blends the fantasy world of Dungeons and Dragons with the real-life struggles of characters in the play. The hybrid nature of this play allows it to explore such human themes as identity, sexuality, and loss on the surface of a highly imaginative, dramatic canvas. Sometimes hybrid genres are fashioned to extol specific virtues, as in the philosophical plays of Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus. Sartre's No Exit and Camus' Caligula present action that explore the aspects of existential philosophy. Such historically significant playwrights as Henrik Ibsen, August Strindberg, Anton Chekhov, and George Bernard Shaw are considered the fathers of modern drama. Modern drama arose in the 20th century and explored the ways in which realism could express the ethos of the modern period that was supplanting the romantic notions of melodrama. Hybrids of comedy are abundant. By narrowing the conventions of comedy, such hybrid genres as satire shed light on the absurdity of political culture. The comedy of manners does much the same thing with respect to the social conventions of a particular time period. Molière is the giant in the comedy of manners genre, as demonstrated in such classics as The Learned Ladies and The School for Wives. Situation comedy focuses on the conflict between the characters and their situation. Character comedy, on the other hand, focuses on the eccentricities of the characters in the play. In Neil Simon's The Odd Couple, a newly divorced fussy gentleman moves into an apartment with a sloppy sports writer who is also divorced. The comedy that occurs arises from the various situations that are created by this unconventional arrangement. In his play, Laughter on the 23rd Floor, Simon exhibits his gift for the genre of character comedy. in this semi-autobiographical depiction of the amusing character quirks of a group of television writers from the early days of the medium. Shakespeare was accomplished in his ability to shift genres as a play unfolded. Though the plays during the Elizabethan period were categorized as either tragedies, comedies, or histories, Shakespeare transmuted and compressed genres within his plays to serve the action as it unfolded. Romeo and Juliet exhibits the tropes, archetypes, and conventions of comedy in the early part of the action. Comedy's core values of harmless anarchy prevail in such characters as Juliet's nurse, Peter, and the mercurial Mercutio. Even the behavior of some of the more serious characters is amusing in the early part of the action. However, when Mercutio is killed by Tybalt, the action pivots into full tragedy. The result is one of the most famous genre hybrids of all time. Other Shakespeare plays, such as A Winter's Tale, The Merchant of Venice, and Measure for Measure, seem to flow from one genre into another as the action of the play unfolds without truly settling on a single genre. Rather than confusing the audience, Shakespeare created something unexpected and exciting. So it would be an error for a director to jump to the conclusion that any genre fits perfectly into a single set of conventions, iconography, or core values. But it is essential for a theater artist to understand how genre sets the stage for your theater's expectations. When you analyze the play, consider carefully the conventions that are being employed, as well as the core values observed and the structure of the action. What iconography is apparent? Allow your analysis to flow with the action and identify where there are transitions from one genre to another. Reflect how these transitions can be creatively presented to your audience in a way that is entertaining and enlightening. Artists learn the rules of their craft to learn how to break the rules in exciting and redefining ways. Your treatment of genre is only one way to create theater that is original and astonishing. Theater, storytelling, and action will now take a turn toward one of the most practical aspects of theater production, the basics of stage blocking. We'll see you next time.